in the passenger seat with Courtney and Dottie. We're lost. We have no cell phone service. We haven't all day. My husband is probably gonna have a stroke soon. We drove to Alpine to this barrel race, and it was fun. It's just been an interesting day. Like, we get to the barrel race, we've got literally 20 miles left in our gas tank, it says, which really means 40, you know. We're there 10 minutes before the open is supposed to start, and I walk up and I'm upset because I brought my mare, but I'm not there in time to get exhibitions, and I'm like, brought both boys, and I was like, oh, they're not gonna be able to like get me in, you know. I'm in the middle of nowhere, by the way, lost in the middle of nowhere. I was like, they're not gonna be able to get me in for exhibitions, they're not gonna be able to spread my horses apart, like, I'm dumb, I'm late, whatever. Well, they are dragging, and they've got 3 guys on the deep drag, and they're just like bouncing up and down because the ground has frozen. And Alpine is basically at the college arena, the Sul Ross arena, and it's in the mountains, and it's cold right now, and the ground froze. So I was not late. I was 2.5 hours early because they spent that long breaking up the ground because it had froze. So I did get to Exhibition Sister, and I was super excited because she was scared of everything, even the air, but she ended up on the 3rd exhibition making a pretty cute little cruise through. And then I decided, just because, not that they didn't do a good job on the ground, because I think they did with it what they could, but I decided, maybe we don't run Spencer at this deal. It was just not one of those deals where he had to make a run. I brought him because I nominated the WCRA because I desperately need points, and I didn't nominate last weekend, and I won money, and I would have gotten points, and I was just stupid of me. I was trying to save money because I had been hitting barrels, and anyways, so I brought him, I nominated, and I brought Bronsin along, and then I decided, you know what, you probably shouldn't run Spencer, just not knowing what the ground is really like underneath there. Not that it was, I mean, they did everything they could, but like, I mean, it's the mountains, it's a covered arena, it's going to be cold, and so it froze, and I didn't know if they got it all broke up, so I decided to run Bronsin. And Bronsin is still tough enough to, at 21 years old, mind you, still tough enough to place high enough up in the open that he can win some WCRA points. Is it going to be 1D points? No. And that's when I take Spencer, is because I know if I leave my barrels up on Spencer, like, it's kind of like I'm getting some money. But Bronsin, you know, he's older, and so he's not going to be as fast as Spencer is. And then I feel like if you're not the fastest one there, then you're just better to be lucky, you know, and try to get in the holes, because or not to get into holes, but just to fall in the 2 and 3D somewhere. So that is exactly what we did. He won me some 3D money, and I was glad that I didn't run Spencer because the ground probably wouldn't have suited him anyways. Not that it was bad, it just was not his jam. So it was a good call that I made, and we got some points, we got a little money, I had fun, but I have no service on my phone and no Garmin, which is a mistake. My Garmin, I think I threw it away. I know that sounds really bad, but like, I didn't know how to update. I'm just not good with stuff like that. So anyways, I need a new Garmin because I am in the middle of nowhere, and I basically just drove the direction that I came in, and then I saw a sign from Alpine to Fort Stockton, which I don't think I'm supposed to go to Fort Stockton, but what I do know is Fort Stockton is an hour and a half from home, and Alpine is 2.5 hours from home. So if I drive from Alpine to Fort Stockton, then technically I'm closer to home than where I started. I mean, that's basically my logic at this point. The fact that I was supposed to run at noon, thought there would be like 50 girls there, go home, and then it didn't start for 2.5 hours. So my husband has not been able to get a hold of me basically halfway up here from this morning, to right now and another 2.5 hours, hopefully, depending on how lost I am. If my husband has the Navy SEALs and the Marines and the Army and the Special Forces and all of the Range Riders looking for me, it's because he hasn't been able to talk to me since this morning, and he's having a flat-out panic attack. That's why. I'm fine. I'm lost, but I'm fine. So, anyways, I'm super excited about the fact that I won a whole 20 monies, and they probably paid too many places. By the payout, they paid more than they had to, which I always appreciate anytime they pay more than they have to, and it was for a good cause. It's for like a fundraiser for the rodeo team, and they're having a little series to raise funds. So I have plenty of colts that need exhibitions. I need to get back on moves at some point. It sure doesn't hurt Bronsin to go and make runs, because he's been feeling pretty full of himself at the house, and anytime I can let him blow off some steam is good for him. So all in all, it was a great day.